I'm Dave Mercer.
And I'm Matt Pangrac.
Welcome to TheCull, a weekly sport fishing debate show. And this week, I want to keep our cull. Jay Przekurat's 102 pounds, 9 ounces smallmouth record is more impressive than Paul Elias's all-time weight record. Keep our cull, Panger.
Well, I'm throwing this one back to you because you were on the stage. You saw all 20 of Przekurat's smallmouth in that crazy event on the St. Lawrence River. So you get the first take on this one, Dave.
I'm all in. I mean, I think Paul Elias's record is great, but I feel what Jay Przekurat did was more impressive. I mean, you can't even compare the two. When you look at the two, I mean, you're number one, look at the fisheries you're looking at. You're looking at Falcon Lake, which is basically like running a bass tournament in Kuwait. You are away from everybody. I mean, we had a day canceled there in competition due to a dust storm. So it's in the middle of nowhere. It's largemouth you can catch. I mean, the leading weight in the smallmouth tournament on day number one was 27 pounds, 15 ounces, I believe. The leading weight at that exact same Falcon event in 2008 was like 42 pounds on day number one. I mean, you had Scroggins weight in the second biggest bag in Bassmaster history, 44.4 in the last day. You see all of those things and compare them. There was no 8. There wasn't even a 7-pounder weighed in the St. Lawrence River tournament. So you can't compare the two. To do what he's done at a time when that fishery is getting the pressure it's getting, when those fish are also post-spawn and should be bigger, you know, even if you had the tournament this week, the weights would be bigger. So I would say, I mean, you can't equate all of the, you look at how long it took for them to crack 100 pounds in largemouth. It just finally happened for smallmouth. I mean, to me, you can't compare the two. They're both incredible records. It's kind of like being the heavyweight champion or the light heavyweight champion. And I guess the smallmouth, the light heavyweight champion, but I just think his performance is that much more impressive. I mean, he did something that literally people said would never happen, to crack 100 pounds, and it happened twice in that very event. So I'm going, Jay Przekurat is way more impressive.
I could not disagree more with you. I think what Jay Przekurat did on the St. Lawrence River with 102 pounds, 9 ounces smallmouth is the most impressive feat in Bassmaster tournament history since Paul Elias's 132 pounds, 8 ounces on Falcon in 2008. Hear me out on this. It is Bassmaster. It is not smallmouth Bassmaster or largemouth Bassmaster. There is one heavyweight champion. Guess what? When you cross the stage, a largemouth weighs the same as a smallmouth, weighs the same as a spotted bass. We are implying or perceived, oh, it's a smallmouth, oh, it's a largemouth. It's not. It's a record. And Paul Elias was 30 pounds heavier in the same amount of fish that Jay Przekurat had. Now, granted, Przekurat averaged over 25 pounds of smallmouth, and we saw on the St. Lawrence, without a 7-pounder crossing the stage in 4 days, 2 anglers broke the 100-pound mark. But look at how many anglers over the past 5 years on the St. Lawrence River have been within 5 pounds to 8 pounds of Przekurat's weight. There's been a lot of 90s. There's been a lot of low 90s. There's been upper 90s that have won. I think, 97, 98 even won 1 year?
Yeah, 97.
Outside of Paul Elias's 132.8 in that freak show 2008 tournament on Falcon, where 12 anglers, including the great Rick Morris, weighed in over 100 pounds of bass. The next closest winning weight would be 122.14 with Steve Kennedy. Paul Elias blew that away by 10 pounds. We're talking a 33-pound average bag versus slightly over a 25-pound average bag. That's an 8-pound difference. Now, granted, the smallmouth is incredibly impressive because you look at the variation of world records. You go 22.4 versus, what is it, a 13-pounder? That's the world record for a smallmouth.
Oh,
Dave.
11, I think.
11. So if you do that variation, then yeah, if you take that variance from it, then the smallmouth, there's a lot bigger smallmouth as opposed to largemouth. But you also got ideal conditions for the smallmouth tournament with Jay Przekurat. Ideal 4 days of absolutely perfect conditions.
But how can you compare conditions? It was pretty ideal when they fished Falcon. I mean, the fact that Steve Kendi came into that event as the leader, the heavyweight champion, as you said, at 122 pounds, and then got knocked all the way down to 7th place in that standing with one event, shows how ideal the fishery was at Falcon that very same time. I think anytime you break a record like that, the fishery is ideal.
But outside of that tournament, though, no one's come close to Elias's record. There's never been an event since then, never, where we've said, oh, someone might have a chance to break Paul Elias's record. Every time we go to the St. Lawrence, someone's like, dude, there's a chance we could crack 100 pounds of smallmouth this week. It is that Elias thing is unreachable right now. Name anywhere where we're going to go in the next 5 years on the Elite Series where you think 132 pounds, 8 ounces is possible, a 33-pound average. I think depending on what the schedule is, Przekurat's 102.9 would be within reach under ideal conditions. I think that gets broken before Elias's 132.8. I don't think there's anywhere where that can be done over a 4-day tournament like that. I think what we saw with Przekurat was a maximum of what could be done.
No, with the small, it's just that'll get
in
broken.
A 4-day tournament.
Yeah, that'll get broken. I believe that's.
Oh, if that'll get broken, then you're proving my point, Dave.
I hate when I do that, Panger. Here's the other thing.
You just said you thought it'd get broken. You show me where Elias is going to get broken. Or when.
I think all of those things are so special. Like everything has to go right for it to happen. You know what I mean? Like you're always going to go in, like we always go into Fork thinking there's a shot. You know what I mean? And you can't say that there isn't a shot when you see how some of the guys have done there.
Technically, there is a chance at Fork.
But here's the other one where I'm going to put odds in your favor like an idiot, because I was just thinking, Elias did that with a co-angler. Just say that to yourself. Elias went to those spots and had a dude fishing on the back. Everybody in that tournament had somebody fishing on the back deck of the boat.
He had to wear baseball gloves so his hands didn't bleed through.
I think they're both very impressive, but I feel like I've not done a lot to help my argument.
Make 26-inch worms.
Really? 26-inch worms?
That might have been a slight exaggeration, but
tiny one. I don't think I did myself
any favors.
What
Przekurat did in the last 15 years of professional bass fishing, most impressive feat. He can hang his hat on that for his entire career, just like Rojas can hang his hat on the heaviest 5 bass limit. But when you're talking about just impressive, personally, for me, I'm calling the fact that Jay Przekurat's is more impressive. It's the number, man. It's 132.8. It's 33 pounds a day. It's Zapata, Texas, the dust storm, Falcon Lake, wearing a sombrero.
Catching 10, 11, 12 pounders. You imagine if you got a 12-pound smallmouth?
Could you imagine culling an 8?
Not in a smallmouth tournament, I couldn't. I guess, I mean, I didn't do myself any favors on this one, but I'm still sticking with smallmouth because it's more recent, it's more relevant, and I like brown fish, damn it. So I'm going all in with Jay Przekurat, and but that was a very impressive feat by Paul Elias too. So all great records. Panger, let's finish it with this random bonus question. What gets beaten first? Rojas's record, Paul Elias's record, or the smallmouth bass? I shouldn't even include the smallmouth bass. You're going to say that for sure.
It's a lot easier to have one magical day than to have 4 days of 33 pounds. So I think Rojas's record falls before Paul Elias's record does.
You, my friend, just got notched off of the Christmas card list forever. There will be no more Christmas cards coming to you from Lake Havasu, Arizona.